This video is presented by Baking Spot, King of Surpriser, 24/7 cakes and gifts delivery across India. For surprise event booking or gifts order, give missed call to 9585 or log on www.bakingspot.co.in.
Given the thing for the past 2 months, Vellore has been having almost a very low transmission rate. So we were okay, the version proceed pannilanu. Every year around September end we were holding it because September 30th we had our anniversary. This is our third anniversary because we have also been through a whole lot of transformation process. So welcome back. And post COVID it holds a major significance for us. I think most of you would agree because எங்களுடைய perspective வந்து before COVID, post COVID வந்து totally change ஆயிடுச்சு. What all was more important before COVID is totally upside down. We don't give importance to appearances, we don't give importance to what we wear, what we talk and all. And I know many of us seated here who have restricted their practice, who are settling down and who are focusing more on one COVID, even though we have lost many of our beloved ones. என்னுடைய ஃபேமிலியும் ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸில் தேர் ஆர் ஸோ மெனி லாஸஸ். அது ஒரு அந்த 60 to 70 இருந்த ஒரு ஜென்ரேஷனே வந்து ஒரு ஃபேமிலிக்கு 8-10 பேர் மிஸ்ஸிங், அந்த மாதிரி இருந்த ஒரு இது. பட் ஸ்டில் ஒரு பிளெஸிங் இன் டிஸ்கைஸ்ன்னு தான் நாங்கள் நினைக்கிறோம். அவர் பர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் அண்ட் வாட் இஸ் ரியலி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் இன் லைஃப்ன்றது வந்து இட் ஹஸ் பீன் ஹைலைட்டட் த்ரூ திஸ் பேண்டமிக். ஸோ தட்ஸ் வை வி தாட் இட் இஸ் பெட்டர் டு கோ ஹெட் வித் திஸ் டாபிக், திருப்பாதம் தொட்டு. பிகாஸ் வாட் keeps us all moving அப்படின்றது வந்து we realized through this past 2 years. Okay, and foot and ankle பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் like Selvin told us, we all started as young junior consultants and orthopedic surgeons in GH. அதில் ஒவ்வொருத்தர் we have our own specialties. இதில் வந்து யாருமே நுழையாத ஒரு ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டி தான் வந்து பீடியாட்ரிக் ஆர்த்தோபெடிக்ஸ். ஏன்னா அதில் கிராட்டிஃபிகேஷன் வந்து 0. யூ டோன்ட் ஏர்ன் மச், யூ டோன்ட் கோ மச்னு. ஸோ அதனால் அது ஒரு பனிஷ்மெண்ட் போஸ்டிங் மாதிரி தான் உள்ளே போனோன்னு போடுவான். That's how I went into pediatric orthopedics. முதல்ல ஒரு வருஷம் கடியாக தான் இருந்தது, என்னையாவது இந்த இதில் போட்டாங்கன்னு. பட் யூ கீப் சீயிங் ரிசல்ட்ஸ், நோ, தென் யூ பிகம் வெரி ஹாப்பி. தென் ஒன்லி யூ ரியலைஸ் தட் த கிராட்டிஃபிகேஷன் இஸ் பிட் லேட். இட்ஸ் ஃபிலாசபிக்கல் பார்ட் ஆஃப் த பாடி. நீங்கள் வந்து உங்களுடைய லைஃபோட எல்லா ஃபிலாசபிஸும் அதில் வந்து ஓரளவுக்கு அடங்கின மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். பிகாஸ் யூ டேக் த தை, தெர் இஸ் ஒன் போன், ஒன் ப்ரைமரி போன், ஒன் ஈகோயிஸ்டிக் போன். அது உடஞ்சதுன்னா யூ ஆர் கிரிப்பிள்டு ஃபார் லைஃப். சரியா? Whereas and there are a group of muscles which act together, which help in locomotion எல்லாமே. Whereas in the foot it is not just one single process. It is a combination of 10-20 bones together, and collapse of one single bone may not seem to affect. Details are those which matter for the foot and ankle. Simultaneously you need to know that all the foot and both the hand as well as the foot, they act in harmony, because or group of muscles, when they act together, any missing link in that particular chain will produce a disharmony. So the foot and ankle is all about base. It provides the stability. It's always about the balance, and it is a very complex thing because it is difficult. Like people, it is very difficult to understand, but still it is flexible. It is a malleable structure. It adjusts to whatever you put underneath it, and all the joints and all the bones and all the muscles, even though they are numerous in number, they act in harmony. And it is one of the most earliest indicator of systemic disease. Handலையும் சரி, ஃபுட்லேயும் சரி, நீங்கள் வந்து நீங்கள் அனிமியானாலும் கையில் தான் பார்க்குறீங்க, பேலர். நீங்கள் வந்து கிளப்பிங்னாலும் வந்து கார்டியாக் டிசீஸ் கையில் பார்க்குறீங்க. ஸோ ஒய்? பிகாஸ் in both the foot and the hand, they are compressed spaces. That is why most of the disorders in the foot and hand, they are all compressive disorders, where the nerve gets compressed, you get sinus tarsi syndrome, you get tarsal tunnel syndrome, the arterial supply gets compressed, you get reflex sympathetic dystrophy. ஏன் இங்கே மட்டும் கம்ப்ரெசிவ் வரணும்? நெக்ஸ்ட் கம்ப்ரெசிவ் வர்றது கம்பார்ட்மெண்ட் syndrome tibial, where the two bones share the same space. Femur there is no compartment syndrome, or there is, I would like to say, less chances of compartment syndrome. So there are numerous compartments which act in harmony, but either one single part la infection vandalume hand la vandu, whenever you get an infection in the hand, is a surgical emergency. You need to intervene, take out the infection, put vacuum therapy so that the hand is totally relieved. Simultaneously foot liye adhe mari dhaan, one single thing, the entire foot gets swollen. And we have seen so many patients who may not have a bony fracture, but the swelling in the foot is too much in proportion to the what you see on the X-ray. That's because they have reflex sympathetic dystrophy, where the vascularity as well as the neuronal sympathetic and parasympathetic dysregulation will produce gross swelling. That's not because the disease is too high, it's because the space in which the disease occurs is too low. Okay, so that's why it's one of the earliest indicators of systemic disease. Next. So today we'll be looking through these areas. We'll look at the applied anatomy. We'll look at various problems like எந்த ஒரு இஷ்யூவாக இருந்தாலுமே these are the broad categories. Congenital, you look at systemic, you look at trauma, you look at degenerative, you look at tumor, infections எல்லாமே. So what is relevant to you? நான் இங்கே உட்காந்துக்கிட்டு giant cell tumor of ஃபுட்டை பற்றி பேசிகிட்டே இருந்தால் போர் அடிச்சு போயிடும். வாட் உங்கள் ப்ராக்டிஸ்க்கு என்ன ரெலவெண்ட்டோ எடுத்து போட்டிருக்கேன். உங்களுக்கு வேறு ஏதாவது அடிஷ்னலாக இதை பற்றி சார் எனக்கு இதை பற்றி கொஞ்சம் தெரியணும்னா யூ ஜஸ்ட் ஃபீல் ஃப்ரீ டு ஆஸ்க். எனிதிங் எல்ஸ் யூ வாண்ட் டு ஆஸ்க் இன் ஃபுட் அண்ட் ankle will be okay. We know the bones, okay, and the two arches which we commonly talk about are the medial arch, which is constituted by the calcaneum, talus, navicular, medial cuneiform, first toe, and the first metatarsal and the first toe. Lateral arch by the calcaneus, cuboid, lateral cuneiform. Then you have the fourth and fifth metatarsal. And you should also understand that the medial arch is at a higher level, lateral arch is at a lower level. This is the sort of complexity which we were all born with. You have a higher arch, you have a lower arch, both function together and both have a sense of balance amongst each other. When you put a stone under the medial arch, the lateral arch lifts itself up, and therefore that is because of the interplay between the interosseous muscle between each of these bones. Okay, and the other structures which you need to know is the syndesmotic joint between the tibia and the fibula, which is also very important, and it should have a gap which is less than 5 millimeter. Any space which is more than 5 millimeter, I'll show in a subsequent radiograph, any space which is more than 5 millimeter, you will get syndesmotic pain, and that is because the talus is a bone which has a totally disruptive articular surface. When you have articular surface, you have a hip joint which is totally circular, whereas talus will have an anterior wide area and a posterior narrow area. When you take the talar bone, you look at, you can go home, go through the talar anatomy. When you see the talus from the top, the posterior part of the talus will be narrow, the anterior part of the talus will be wide, and that is the reason why whenever we are fixing ankle fractures, when you put the screw through the fibula and the tibia, you need to make sure that the foot is fully dorsiflexed, because when you fix the ankle joint, the widest part of the talus should be engaged. Otherwise, the joint which you are going to fix will have a narrow joint. So only the posterior part of the talus will get engaged, the anterior part will not get engaged, and that's the reason why many ankle fractures have a poor dorsiflexion. The poor dorsiflexion, you think it's only just because of the patient not cooperating. That may not be the case. It should also be a case where the entire anterior part of the talus should be engaged before fixation. Okay, this is only a minor point, but you should realize that the anterior talus is a wider structure which should be engaged during the time of fixation. Okay, next. Okay, this is about the keystones. These arches, they are maintained only by ligaments. Okay, and these ligaments, they are all very soft, supple structures, but how do you maintain these arches? And why is the reason that in age or in diabetic neuropathy, you have a collapse of the arches? In diabetic neuropathy, proprioception is lost, and therefore some key parts of the arches collapse and the entire flat foot will result. And there are congenital disorders where there is absolutely, even more than the permitted laxity, there is too much of ligament laxity, where again the arch will collapse. Okay, this is what is called as keystone. This is the previous architecture. This is a diagram from the Gothic architecture which they give usually in textbooks. But we also should understand that our own Tamil people also had this sort of architecture even before these people. This is an arch where you build a pillar, you don't have any cement, and the topmost stone is a quadrangular piece of stone which goes and locks into that arch. There is no cement, there is no binding substance. As soon as you put the topmost stone, the entire arch will stay together. You will see that in the Mary Tabor Shell Hospital also there is arch, which recently was applied with cement, but initially it was put as a keystone arch. The topmost part is a keystone. Without the keystone, you ask your child to build a pyramid. You will notice that the pyramid will collapse inwards. The pyramid will not collapse outwards. It will collapse inwards. Okay? And when you construct a hollow structure, the keystone is the only thing which will keep the entire pyramidal structure or the entire arch structure intact. Next. So what are the keystones in the arches of the foot? You have two bones which are keystones. Apart from the medial and lateral arches, there is also the mediolateral arch which is in the coronal plane. That is an arch where the topmost part stands out at the second metatarsophalangeal joint, tarsometatarsal joint, sorry. And so the two keystones are the talus, which is the first keystone for the medial arch. The talus contributes to the integrity of the medial arch. So whenever you have talar disorders, whenever you have talonavicular disorders, the keystone will collapse. As a result, the arch will collapse, resulting in flat foot. The next thing you need to know is the second tarsometatarsal joint, where the next thing you need to know is the mediolateral arch, which is in the coronal plane, where even though the foot is there, there is arch in this direction. So that arch has its apex at the second tarsometatarsal joint, which is also called as Lisfranc's joint. I will show you in the radiology, where in the radiology you will understand that the Lisfranc's joint is ensured in a particular way in which it is not uniplanar. All the other joints they are fixed in such a way that they are at the same level. Whereas the Lisfranc joint alone, you please remember the keystone diagram which was given to you. And when you see the Lisfranc, you will notice that the Lisfranc was inserted into the mediolateral arch, so that the second metatarsophalangeal joint acts as a keystone for the foot arch. So now after this, do you realize that when you realize that what is happening inside your body, you will know that everything was put with a purpose. There is an inbuilt keystone, there is an inbuilt arch where everything is held in position merely by the position of the structures. So therefore, reconstruction in the foot after a trauma, after an injury, is very, very important, and you have to make sure that the exact keystone, exact arch is restored. When you lose the keystones, the normal arch becomes a fallen arch. So in the radiology, what we are supposed to realize is the tibiofibular tibiotalar surface should be parallel. When you draw two lines, the tibia should be a parallel line, the fibula should be a parallel line, and the syndesmosis should overlap, the syndesmosis between the tibia and the fibula should overlap each other. There should not be any widening of the particular syndesmosis. I will show you a radiograph which was fixed for a fracture, where there is an existing syndesmotic space which will lead on to further pain in the posterolateral corner of the talus. 2 years after a calcaneal fracture, patient will come to you complaining of pain. Patient will come to you complaining of pain in two areas. One over the navicular, the other one over the below the fibular surface. The pain below the fibular surface is because of impingement due to excess callus, whereas pain in the navicular area is because the calcaneum has gone into varus and it has collapsed. So it is an indirect flat foot, and as a result of flat foot, you have the arch which should have been maintained like this has collapsed. So when the arch collapses, you have impingement of the navicular on the walking surface. So navicular pain and anterolateral pain will be the presenting feature of any arch collapse, okay, which is acute. For some congenital arches and congenital flat foot, you don't have all these things because they are there from a very long period. So the foot will accustom itself to this sort of acclimatization. This is the anatomy which was told to you. Please do note the second metatarsal. You can see the first metatarsal over the medial cuneiform. Then you have the third, fourth, and fifth at the same level. Whereas the second metatarsal is at a slightly lower level to the first as well as the third. So it is a deeply inset joint, and that joint is the one which is called as Lisfranc's joint. This Lisfranc's joint is the mediolateral arch keystone. You destroy the Lisfranc's joint, it pulls up, it goes up, or it subluxes outside, then the mediolateral arch is collapsed. You will not have a proper functioning foot without the Lisfranc. You will not have a proper functioning foot without the talus. Regarding collapse of the arches, we will go from congenital onwards. So this is a case in GH in my early days. So a child with congenital planovalgus foot. And this planovalgus foot was because of, when you see the lines, both the talus and the calcaneum in a newborn should be parallel to each other. On the right side, you see that the lines have a acute angle, whereas on the left side, you see that the lines are grossly intersecting. The left more than right. This is a classical case of congenital vertical talus. So when the talus is not in a normal orientation and it is vertical, means the calcaneum takes precedence, and this is what you call as rocker bottom foot. There will be a rocker bottom foot, whereas the calcaneum will be in a protruded position and the rest of the foot will be in the opposite dorsiflexion, and the talus will be protruding downside, and what is touching the ground in these cases is not the navicular. The navicular will travel with the metatarsals, whereas the talus is the one which is impinging on the walking surface. Okay, and this involves surgical correction, POP correction if it is diagnosed at birth. When it crosses 4 years of age, it is very difficult to go by POP. You have to surgically correct, maintain in position with K-wires, and then ask the child. A case where the talonavicular relationship is maintained, you get varus and exaggerated arches, serial correction by POP. This is a case of, please see the video. Congenital flat foot, number one, you have first sign which you see is hyperextension of the foot. This is called as Wynne-Davis criteria. The child is not having any pain, only discomfort, but that is also not there. These are the 5 criteria you see in a congenital flat foot. Like I say, the foot is an indirect example of what is happening inside. It is an indicator of systemic disease. You will see hyperextension of the elbow, number one. What is beyond normal? You will see hyperextension of the elbow, hyperextension of the knee, hyperextension of the foot. This is what you will be able to see in these children. This most of us might be able to do. You can try it on your own kids at home. They will be able to flex the thumb, but what comes after this, the last position, your kids will not be able to do. Dorsiflexion and going and touching your dorsum of the forearm, if this is possible without pain in a child, then you have to understand that the child is having generalized ligamentous laxity and it is not a deformed child. Please tell the child that they are not deformed. They don't need multiple consultations. The parents are so anxious that you tell them that there is nothing wrong with the child, they go to another doctor. The other doctor also says there's nothing wrong with the child, they go to a third doctor. But the reason why we put this warning signs is, even before the mother tells you that my child is having these sort of symptoms, it is better that you demonstrate to the mother that the child is having all these things. Even before the mother tells you, these children, they will have exaggerated hip angulation. Hip will be in exaggerated valgus, so therefore they will not be able to sit in a cross-legged position. So you will tell that, I think some of your children might also have these symptoms. Okay, so their children will be sitting in a W position. The knees will be folded and sitting in a W position. So these are key points which you need to keep in mind. You will share it with the mother even before she opens her mouth. That is what brings confidence in the mother.
Thinking is different from all other therapists. He's a very multi-talented fellow. He's dealing with most of the VIPs in Tirupur, who has got his own medical setup as well as has got his fitness center also. He's a very good, he's a great man of Rajni sir. Rajni is very good. He's a very different fellow. So let's hear from him. Nice to have you here, sir.
So no photo, no videos. So yes, something most except for the first year. So 15 minutes actually the digest பண்ணிக்கலாம். I hope after 15 minutes imaginary birthday okay. Actually எல்லாரும் என்ன சொல்றாங்க think different but not think different, think useful. Thought process are thinking different எல்லாரும் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றாங்க. The ankle joint and the human brain is in a parallel. Ankle joint வந்து zero. பிரெயினுக்கு என்னடா சம்பந்தம் அப்படின்னா அவன் ஒரு அஸ்பெக்ட்ல வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கும். ரொம்ப இன்னோவேட்டிவா இருந்து பட் எனக்கு நிறைய கொஸ்டின்ஸ் ரைஸ் ஆச்சு. ஆனா எனக்கு இன்னைக்கு தான் ஸ்பார்க் ஆகுது. நான் இந்த ரோஸ் டிஃபரெண்டா சொல்ல நான் யோசிச்சேன். Because everyone stand up and check. Your talus, right? It's kind of your vertex. நம்ம யாருமே நினைக்க மாட்டோம். Yes or no? Why? We never ever stand like this. The people adopted this posture. Hillsல யாரெல்லாம் இருப்பாங்க அவங்க தான் give up பண்ணுவாங்க. ஊட்டி, கொடைக்கானல் அதெல்லாம் போனீங்கன்னா they will walk like this. Yes or no? Yes or no? பாத்துக்கீங்களா? They will contract the root. Okay, to shift the body. Why? Because they want to go up and down. Down வரும்போது they have to, right? So, depending the glute contract பண்ணி என்ன பண்ணிருப்பாங்கன்னா, don't tilt. It doesn't have tilt. They have to shift. They have to shift it up. Tilt கிடையாது. Idea. நான் தான் அடிக்கடி சொல்றேன். Heel pain is the main problem. It will create a huge problem of which one? Trapezius. Trapezius spasm. Trapezius spasm. Now height, the height இருக்குல்லையா, height foot நான் எதோட லிங்க் பண்றேன்? Trapezius. Whenever you go and touch the heel, whenever you go and hit the heel, the force will go for what? Height. Some of the force are scattered by the pelvic and some of the force are traveling towards the skull. எங்க போவோம்? Skull. அப்ப நீ நினைச்சு பாரு, நீ எப்பெல்லாம் டச் பண்றியோ அப்பெல்லாம் ஒரு force போய் ஸ்கல்ல ஹிட் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தா what will happen to the skull? It will get a great insult. ஒரு trauma, ஒரு minimal trauma ஃபேஸ் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கு. Skull means என்னது? உள்ள இருக்கிற ஆர்கன். உள்ள இருக்கிற ஆர்கன் என்ன? Brain. So brain getting the very harmful stimulus by the what? By the walk. You just imagine when you walk, your walk is more than enough to collapse your body. Your walk is more than enough. Your walk is more than enough. What is that? Improper walk or non-optimal walk is more than enough to collapse your what? The whole system of your body. Are you clear? So what I am trying to say, whenever the force is going up, the role of the trapezius is what? To scatter the force. To scatter the force. To dissipate the force. நல்லா கண்ண முடியும். என்ன சொல்றாரு? ப்ரொஃபஷனல். ஆனா நீ ப்ரொஃபஷனல் யாருக்கு தெரியாது? He feels he never respect. He will take the information. அவ்வளவுதான் சொல்றேன். It's a reactor. Are you clear? யார் ஆக்சுவலி எக்ஸ்பர்ட்? அந்த எக்ஸ்பர்ட்டால என்ன சொல்ல முடியல? சொல்ல முடியல. அப்படியே ஒரு எக்ஸ்பர்ட் கிடையாது. யார் இது? ரியாக்டர். யாரு? ரியாக்டர். நீ பேஷண்ட் எப்படி யாரை பண்ணி யோசி. பண்ணு. என்ன ஆர்பிட். ஷாப் பண்ணு. So maybe he counted for email. என்ன பண்ண முடியாது. Right now guess பண்ண முடியாது. ஆன் கால்குலேஷன் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன்? இன்னர் டைய guess பண்ணிருக்கேன். So I'll change the treatment factor. அதுக்கு வந்து வாசி. Are you clear? இப்போ நான் போய் ஸ்விட்ச் பண்ணி நான் guess பண்ணிருக்கேன் என்ன rectus. Rectus is correct. Okay, tibialis is anterior and go for rectus femoris and go for anterior superior iliac spine. Very clear. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்னா ischial ப்ராசஸ்ல ஒரு ஹூக் பண்ணிருக்கேன். ASIஸ்ல ஒரு ஹூக் பண்ணிருக்கேன். அங்கே ஒரு சிங்கிளான this connection. Okay. என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா rectus femoris get contracted. Okay. So அப்ப இது contract ஆச்சுன்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் என்ன ஆகும்? The tibialis anterior get lowered. Yes or no? So now automatically the foot will come like this. Are you clear? Okay, use the paraspinal muscles of the lower lumbar. Now only on the just ask them to the breathing exercise. Like class after you know how to breathe the pattern, right? Same protocol apply பண்ண Now he's clearing the wall, better sleep, he got the confidence, right? Everything is getting in and out of positive side. I am bringing the patient to the positive side. See, இந்த காலை தூக்கும் போது he is using the right left pectoral. நான் உனக்கு கூப்பிட்டு பண்ணா அதை எப்படி நான் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணணும்? அப்போ நான் எவ்வளோ பண்ணுவேன் ரிசர்ச் thousands lakhs அப்போதான் எனக்கு 2 சாம்பிள் கிடைக்கும் ஆர் ஒரு 4 சாம்பிள்ஸ் ஆர் 5. நான் ஆக்சுவலி எனக்கு வந்து கோவம் ஆக்சுவலி இந்த ரிசர்ச் பேப்பர் இந்த ஆர்டிகல் போடுறேன் காலேஜில் உட்காந்து எங்கள் அகாடமிக் சைடில் உட்காந்து எனக்கு கோவம் வரும்னா ஓப்பனாக சொல்லுவேன் சார் ஒரு டாபிக் எடுத்து மேடம் ஒரு டாபிக் எடுத்து அந்த டாபிக் நீங்கள் எடுத்துட்டீங்க ஆனால் அந்த டாப்பிக்கை நீங்கள் ஆனஸ்டாக தான் எடுத்து போறீங்க அதுக்கு ஆன்சர் தான் தேடி வர்றீங்க அதுக்கான ஆன்சர் நோட்ஸ் ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆர்டிகல் போட்டு பாருங்க கிடையாதுன்னு சொல்றது ரொம்ப 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 ரேர். வெரி ரேர். நான் பார்த்த வரைக்கும் they are running behind their point of அவங்க கிளாஸ் போட்டுட்டு என்ன பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சுறாங்க ரிசர்ச் பில்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க then they published எவ்வளோ சாம்பிள்ஸ் நினைக்கிறீங்க 15 சாம்பிள்ஸ் 10 சாம்பிள்ஸ் 25 சாம்பிள்ஸ் 50 சாம்பிள்ஸ் பயோகெமிஸ்ட்ரியில் பாசிபிள் ஓகே ஆனால் எதில் பாசிபிள் கிடையாது மூவ்மெண்ட் சயின்ஸ் பாசிபிள் பெட் சேலஞ்ச் அது கிளியர் பயோகெமிக்கல் பாசிபிள் உண்டு 4 ஸ்டடி போதும் 2 கோர்ஸ் போதும் ஆனால் எதில் கிடையாது எதில் கிடையாது கிடையாது முடியவே முடியாது அதனால இப்போ ஒரு வேர்ல்ட் வார்னு சொல்றாங்க வைரஸ் அந்த இந்த வேர்ல்ட் வார்ல கிடைச்ச மிகப்பெரிய சான்ஸ் என்னன்னா ப்ராப்பர்லி அட்ரஸ் த கம்யூனிகேஷன் தயவு செய்து தைரியம் அட்டன் பண்ணுங்க கண்டிப்பா 50% ரிசல்ட் கொடுத்தாலும் அவன் ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல் 30% கொடுத்தாலும் ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல் அதனால நிறைய ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் படிங்க கோவிட் ரிலேட்டடா படிச்சு இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணி ப்ளீஸ் எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் யுவர் சர்வீஸ் அண்ட் சப்போர்ட் கோவிட் பேஷண்ட் திஸ் இஸ் மை ரிக்வெஸ்ட் ஓகே தேங்க் யூ